heart attack on Saturday. I did talk to Mark yesterday, and he's doing well. In fact, he's excited to get back to the Capitol and get back to work, and we wish him a speedy recovery. Thank you for joining me today. Today we wanted to share with you and with Iowans some additional information about the Iowa Education Summit that the Governor and I will be holding on July 25th and the 26th here in Des Moines. The goal of the summit is to build a consensus about how to create world-class schools in Iowa. We have many fine schools and outstanding educators, but the fact is Iowa has slipped in the middle of the rankings of the only national test taken by 4th and 8th grade students in every single state. So the focus of the summit will focus on 3 key pieces of school reform. The first one will be to help teachers and principals be more effective. The second one will be to raise academic standards and put in place strong matching assessments to measure those. And the third will be how to use innovation to help students learn more, from including education technology and competency-based learning, among many other things. Much of the planning is still a work in progress, but we do have some additional details that we would like to share with you this morning. Earlier this month, we did announce that U.S. Secretary Arne Duncan will be the keynote speaker on Monday, July 25th. And I am pleased to announce that Linda Darling-Hammond, one of the nation's preeminent experts on teacher effectiveness, will be the key speaker on the afternoon of Monday, July 25th. Dr. Darlene Hammond is the Charles Ducommun Professor of Education at Stanford University, where she started the Stanford Center for Opportunity, Policy and Education and the School Redesign Network. Her many publications of over 200 to 300 include 210 book, The Flat World in Education, How America's Commitment to Equity Will Determine Our Future, and we are thrilled to have her join us. I'm also pleased to announce that David Driscoll will be a keynote speaker for the morning of Tuesday, July 26th. Dr. Driscoll is the chair of the National Assessment Governing Board, the panel that sets policies for the National Assessment of Education Progress, or NAEP, and it is again the only test taken by K through 12 in every single state. He was the 22nd Commissioner of Education in Massachusetts from 1998 to 2007, and we have asked him to speak about what reforms worked in Massachusetts, which is the top performing state on the NAEP assessment, and what reforms he thinks that schools around the nation need to consider now. We are especially interested in hearing him talk about setting high standards and putting strong assessments in place, such as Massachusetts has done in their high school exit exam. And last, I am pleased to announce Vivian Stewart, Senior Advisor for the Education of Asia Society. She will be joining us at the summit to talk about why the world's high-performing school systems are successful. Her expertise include what those systems do to recruit, prepare, compensate, and evaluate top-quality teachers. For much of the past decade, Ms. Stewart was in charge of development of the Asia Society's programs to promote the study of Asian and U.S. schools and initiatives to connect U.S. and Asian education leaders. While at the Carnegie Corporation, she helped create the National Board for Professional Teaching Standards, and we are still working to line up many of the other speakers for the summit, including many Iowans. We recognize that there is much expertise inside the state as well as outside the state, so we continue to line up the agenda and the different panels that we'll put in place for the summit. Some other activities that I want to talk to you about are some things that we'll be doing prior to the summit, some events that we are working on. And first, one of the things that we plan to do is hold education public town hall summits, or meetings all across the state. So Iowans have an opportunity to make recommendations, talk about concerns that they have, and what they think should be changed to improve the quality of education in Iowa. And we also want the opportunity to share with them some of the objectives and some of the things that we hope will come out of the summit. The meetings will be held across the state. We anticipate probably 4 to 5 meetings, and we look forward to the opportunity, again, to sit down with Iowans face-to-face and talk to them about the Education Summit. Second, the Governor and I plan to hold 3 small roundtable discussions in July before the summit, again, to understand better the key issues that we face. With these panels, we intend to invite business executives and leaders to talk about qualities that they are looking for in a globally competitive workforce. In addition to that, we'll ask teachers to talk with us about what they need to be more effective in the classroom and some of the barriers that they are facing. And also, we intend to bring together higher education and K through 12 leaders to discuss why far too many of our high school students aren't ready for college or prepared for post-secondary training. We intend to release more details about the summit soon. The plan right now is to post the entire summit schedule and registration form online sometime in May, so stay tuned for that and be watching for that. The summit will be open to all Iowans. Education reform will not succeed without a broad-based consensus and participation by everybody, so we can work together to make sure that we prepare our young people to be more competitive in a global environment. And I want to end by extending a great big thank you to Linda and Jason, who have put a lot of work and effort in the summit. We are really excited about this. As we travel across the state, we've had a great deal of excitement by just a wide spectrum of individuals that are wanting to participate, attend, and be part of it. So they put a lot of effort into this, and we're really looking forward to showcasing the Leader Summit this September, or this July. At that, I would be happy to address those questions that you may have.
Do you think students should take a test in order to graduate?
Well, that's one of the things that we want to take a look at. That's been very effective in Massachusetts. As we indicated, they're the top scoring on the NAEP assessment test. So maybe that would be one of the strong assessments that we could put in place that would gauge that they have grasped what they intended to learn in high school. So I think it's something that we need to take a look at. And that's one of the things that we want to talk about.
When you were campaigning, you said you wanted to be a liaison to local governments in the state, come up with new ways to govern. What's going on?
Well, we continue. One of the roles that I played as the liaison that I talked about is when we talk about our commercial property tax reduction, taxing commercial property at 60% and phasing down to that over the next 5 years. There's a lot of concern by local governments of the impact that that would have on cities and counties. So I have met extensively with them to talk about the process that we put in place that we believe is a fair process to finally do something about commercial property taxes that are, second highest in the nation. We've asked them to put a list together of mandates that we can take a look at that would ease some of the burdens that they're experiencing from the reduction in commercial property taxes. So one of the things, and then we'll continue to work with them over the interim to take a look at the property tax structure. But that's some of the ways that I have worked with both cities and counties. And we've met several times, and they continue to share concerns, and we continue to address them.
So give us an example of a mandate.
Well, we talked for the larger cities, the pension plan by delaying the increase, and that's one of the things that we need to take a look at. It's a tremendous burden to local officials. The property tax credits that we have in place, we are not fully funding them. If we're going to implement a property tax credit, then we need to fully fund that.